Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about the objective type questions from the antenna, parabolic antenna, that is the reflector antenna. So we will see the question. The first one, the radiation pattern of the parabolic antenna is omnidirectional, figure of 8, highly directional, none of the above. So the direction pattern of the parabolic antenna, it's a highly directional thing. Okay. Then the next one, in general, the attenuation per unit length in a coaxial cable, it increases with frequency, decreases with frequency, remains constant with frequency, depends upon the type of coaxial cable. It can either increase or decrease. So the attenuation means the signal reduction, the loss of signal per unit length in a coaxial cable, it increases with frequency. Okay. Then the next one, the antenna commonly used for the microwave link or loop antenna, log periodic antenna, parabolic dishes, and rhombic antenna. The antenna commonly used for the microwave link is it's a parabolic dishes. Okay. Then the next one, reflector antennas are widely used to modify the radiation pattern of radiating element. So the statement is true or false. It's a true only. The reflector antenna is used to modify the radiation pattern of the particular radiating element. Okay. So there are different types of reflector antennas are there. So the reflector antennas are classified into two things. One is the passive reflector, another one is an active reflector. Okay. Based on the type of radiating element, the modification in the radiation pattern required, so we may choose either active reflector or passive reflector. Okay. Then the next one, the pattern of a reflector in a reflector antenna is called primary pattern, secondary pattern, reflector pattern, none of the mention. The pattern of reflector in reflector antenna. In reflector antenna, the pattern, the radiation pattern of reflector, it is called as a secondary pattern. Okay. The primary pattern, it is a the primary pattern is nothing but the feed pattern. Okay, so which antenna we are using for feed, the radiation pattern for that feed element, it is called as a primary pattern. So the radiation pattern of this reflecting antenna, it is called as a secondary pattern. Then the next one, in flared transmission line, the radiation phenomenon increases due to dash in flaring. So in flared transmission line, like horn antenna, the radiation phenomenon increases due to dash in the flaring, due to increase in the flaring. If you are increasing the flaring, the radiation phenomenon is also increases. Okay. Then the next one, which conversion mechanism is performed by parabolic reflector antenna? So in parabolic reflector antenna, so which conversion is performed? Plane to spherical wave, spherical to plane wave, both A and B, none of the above. The spherical to plane wave conversion is happened in parabolic reflector antenna. Then the next one, ideally the reflector size is infinitely large. It's a yes or no, it's a yes only. The reflector size, ideal reflector size, it's a infinite, the flat sheet is having infinitely large. Then the reflector, it's a primary antenna. It's a true or false, it's a false only. Reflector antenna is not a primary antenna. Reflector is a secondary antenna. Reflector, it is nothing but a secondary antenna. Okay, then the corner reflector is better than plane reflector in collimating the electromagnetic energy. It's a true or false. The corner reflector is better than plane reflector in collimating the electromagnetic energy. It's a true only. Okay, instead of the plane reflector, if you are using the corner reflector, the waves are that is the propagation and the focus is very good thing. Okay, so it's a true only. Then the efficiency of the corner reflector is reduced when the spacing of feed element becomes small. It's a true or false. Okay, so the efficiency of the corner reflector is reduced when the spacing of feed element becomes a very small. It's a true only. Then the next one, For square corner reflector, the flaring angle is dash. Okay, so for a square corner reflector, the flaring angle it's a 90°. Okay, if the in that reflector, if it's a 180° means it's a flat sheet reflector. For a square corner reflector, the flaring angle is 90°. Okay, then the number of images formed for a square corner reflector using the method of images are dash. Okay, so how many images, how many number of images formed for a square corner reflector using the method of image method. Okay, so how many images formed means there are 3 images formed in a square corner reflector. Then the next one, the number of images formed for a 30° corner reflector using the method of images are dash. Okay, so it's a 7. If the corner reflector is having the angle is 30° means at the time the number of images formed is 7. Then the number of images formed for a 60° corner reflector using the method of images, it's a 5. Okay. If the angle is 90° means the number of images formed is 3. If the angle is 60° means the number of images formed is 5. If the angle is 30° means the number of images formed in a corner reflector is 7. Then the next one, a single narrow beam of radiation results in square corner reflector for spacing of S is equal to dash. Okay, so in a single narrow beam of radiation in square corner reflector, for the spacing is lambda by 2. Okay, so yes, S is equal to lambda by 2. At the time we will get a single narrow beam of radiation, and 2 narrow beam of radiation results in square corner reflector for spacing S is equal to lambda. Okay, if the spacing is lambda by 2 means at the time we will get single narrow beam of radiation. If the spacing is lambda means we will get 2 narrow beam of radiation. Then the 3 narrow beam of radiation results in square corner reflector for spacing of S is equal to dash. Okay, if the spacing is 3 lambda by 2 means we will get 3 narrow beam of radiation. Okay, then the next one, a parabola is a 3-dimensional curve. It's a true or false? It's a false. Okay, parabola, it's not a 3-dimensional curve. Then the parabolic reflector is different from parabolic. Okay, it's a true or false? Parabolic reflector is different from parabolic. It's a false. That is, a parabolic means parabolic as well as this parabolic reflector, both are same only. Dish antenna and parabolic are one and the same. Okay, dish antenna, the other name of dish antenna, and parabolic, both are same only. Okay, then the parabolic is a 3-dimensional curve. Okay, it is, yes, parabolic, it's not a parabola. Is a 3-dimensional curve, it's a false. Parabola is not a 3-dimensional curve, but a paraboloid is a 3-dimensional curve. Okay, then the parabolic antenna is commonly used at which frequency region? 500 kilohertz, 50 megahertz, 5000 megahertz, 50 hertz. 5000 megahertz. The parabolic antenna is used in a microwave range. Okay, so in a 5000 megahertz we are using the parabolic antenna. Next one, the Permit's principle must be followed to get a plane wavefront from the dish antenna. It's a true or false? It's a true. The Permit principle may be followed to get the plane wavefront from the dish antenna. Okay. In any dish antenna arrangement, the parabolic reflector will act as a primary antenna. It's a false. Okay. In any dish arrangement, the parabolic reflector, it is acting as a secondary antenna. Okay, so here they are mentioning primary antenna, so it's a false. Then in any dish arrangement, the parabolic reflector will act as a secondary antenna. It's a true. Okay, so in a dish arrangement, the parabolic reflector, it is a secondary antenna. That dish is a primary antenna. That horn is a primary antenna. The next one, the power gain of the paraboloid is dash. Okay, so you have to remember this answer. The power gain of the paraboloid is 6.4 d divided by lambda the whole squared. Okay. Then the directivity of the paraboloid is 9.87 into d divided by lambda the whole squared. Okay. So these are all the standard answer you have to memorize. The next one, the generally used feed antenna for the paraboloid is horn antenna. So usually in the reflector thing, that is the reflector antenna, it's a secondary element. So the primary element in that arrangement is the feed antenna. So generally used feed antenna, it's a horn antenna. The horn antenna is generally used as a feed element for the paraboloid. Okay. The horn and hyperbola are used in dash feed of dish antennas in a Cassegrain feed. Okay, so there are different types of feed is there. Offset feed, front feed, back feed, different feed is there. The horn and hyperbola are used in Cassegrain feed of dish antennas. The disadvantage of the parabolic reflector is dash. The disadvantage of the parabolic reflector is spillover effect. Okay, so that is the disadvantage of the parabolic reflector. Then the parabolic antenna operates in the frequency range of dash. So you know the parabolic antenna, it operates in the frequency range of microwave and gigahertz frequency. That is, microwave means in the range of gigahertz we are using this parabolic antenna. Okay, then the next one, if the directivity of the square corner receiving antenna is 20 and operating at a wavelength of 0.25 meter, the effective aperture of square corner antenna is dash. Okay, so here for one antenna the directivity is given and the operating wavelength is given, so we have to find the effective aperture. So already these type of question already we discussed in the first unit. So you know the effective aperture formula is that effective aperture in terms of the directivity is that the effective aperture is equal to lambda squared by 4 pi into directivity. Okay, so you just substitute the directivity is 20 and this lambda is 0.25 in this formula. So we will get the answer as 0.4 meter squared. This is the answer. Then the next one, in Cassegrain feed, the size of the hyperbol reflector depends on its distance from the horn feed, mouth diameter of horn and frequency. Okay, so in a Cassegrain feed, the size of the hyperbolic reflector, it depends on the distance from the horn feed, mouth diameter of horn and frequency. It's a true only. Okay, then the size of the hyperbolic reflector is small if its distance from the feed antenna is small. If the distance from the feed antenna is small means the size of the hyperbolic reflector is also small. It is also true. Then the next one, the Cassegrain feed is best suited for dash application. The Cassegrain feed is best suited for low power receiver application. So while wherever we are handling the low power receiver application, we have to use this Cassegrain feed. Okay. Then the disadvantage of the Cassegrain feed is the obstruction of electromagnetic energy by hyperbolic reflector. It's a true or false? It's a true only. The disadvantage of the Cassegrain feed is that some of the electromagnetic energy is obstructed by the hyperbolic reflector. It's a true. Okay, this is the disadvantage of the Cassegrain feed. Okay, so these are only some of the questions about the parabolic reflector antennas. Okay, so thanks for watching my channel and keep watching. So already I posted the 9 videos. Except this, already I posted the 9 videos for the antenna and microwave engineering MCQ. Okay, so if you want to learn means I will give the link for those videos in the description box and I card. You can check. Okay, so thank you.